the writing stuff is a very complicated thing. And speaking of new writers, Captain America 4 hires a new screenwriter, my guy. Um, I think you read the last one, right? Let me read this one. This comes to us from Variety. Marvel Studios has added screenwriter Matthew Orton to the production of Captain America Brave New World, ahead of the superhero sequel's plans for additional photography sometime in the spring. The Walt Disney Company announced a series of delays to its theatrical release slate shortly after the conclusion of the SAG-AFTRA strike. Along with Deadpool 3, Thunderbolts, and Blade, Brave New World was among the group of Marvel productions impacted, moving from a July 26, 2024 date to September 14th, 2025. That's almost 7 more months for the studio to work on the fourth Captain America film, which had already completed principal photography prior to the actor's strike. Reshoots are a commonplace practice for blockbuster tentpoles, particularly Marvel productions. Orton's previous credits include the World War II thriller Operation Finale and TV work on Devil's Peak and Marvel's Disney Plus series Moon Knight. Dallin Musson and Malcolm Spellman have screenplayed credits on The Brave New World. Both writers worked on Marvel streaming series The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So listen, I mean, this is a very last minute thing. It feels like they're just getting this writer to come back just to do the quick cuts, the quick edits for the ending when they're doing reshoots. They needed new dialogue or something. But it confuses me that they're not just bringing in the original guys that have been working on this already. Was it that the writers that are still there recommended this guy to come in to help them? Or was it that Kevin Feige was not happy with the writing style and this movie is turning into a garbaggio mess? Like, what do you think's happening here, Raul?
I honestly don't know.
All right,
I don't
there
really
it
know.
is. That's
No,
okay.
I mean, honestly, I think this is just kind of another another just collateral damage from just everything else going on. You know, we had the writer strike, we had the actor strike. Movies are getting pushed, they're getting delayed. People are moving on. I think this is just. I mean, especially with Marvel, we've seen so many movies pushed. So many movies delayed just because of the disruption of in the entertainment industry with the strikes. I think this is just another. They've shifted dates around. They've pushed stuff back. I wouldn't be surprised if they need to kind of go back into these movies and retweak them so that they fit better. So that they fit better as far as chronologically how things and events will come to pass in the next couple of phases. And of course, when you've got an interconnected universe, if one movie is affected, all the other movies down the road are affected. So it's just a matter. I think it's just, hey, nothing to see here, people. It's just normal. We're redoing all our schedules, and we just got to rewrite stuff so that it all fits.
Right.
Um, why they hired a new writer, I don't know, and it could just be. I know is the original writer still around? I can't remember. Was that?
I guess they're still a part of the whole thing, but they're just bringing this guy in for the reshoots, for the
Maybe
writing
just
of the
and
reshoots.
they do this. This happens with a lot of movies. They'll usually bring in another writer, sometimes at the last minute, to do what they call punch ups, and just kind
Mm,
of add things here and there after they've seen kind of the principal photography has been done, and they take a look at the dailies. They start editing stuff, or put things together. A lot of times they'll include it in reshoots, where they bring a new writer in just to kind of add more and kind of punch it up. I mean, that's what I think. Um, unless we hear down the road that the original actor, the original writer got fired,
mm.
then I might start wondering, this might be a little bit more bigger changes than we thought.
Right.
But yeah, of course, with the reshoots also, that's normal. Marvel likes to budget time in for reshoots at the end. That's just what they do. So I don't know. I don't think this is as big of a deal as it may seem. I think it's just part and parcel with what Marvel's doing right now and trying to get their footing back.
Also, I will mention, that there is the whole idea of I don't know anything about this movie. Like there's so much drama going behind it because people are saying like, oh, this movie's gonna fail. It's gonna be so bad. It's flopping. Why are we saying that when we don't even know what the story is yet? Like we hear all the time that they're doing reshoots. Like that's what we just quoted here in this article, that reshoots happen all the time with these movies. Maybe Jonathan Majors and the whole Kang thing has affected the storyline, in some way, shape, or form. But I don't know if that's actually true. Just because Captain America, I feel like this is its own pocket. It's its own storyline that's doing its own thing after Falcon and the Winter Soldier, right? Maybe it's trying to connect to other things now, but we don't know for sure, which is actually kind of a nice feeling, Raul. Like, I feel like I like the idea that I don't know everything about the story just yet. Whereas as opposed to other Marvel films, sometimes we just know all the plot line for some reason. This one, I genuinely have no idea. All I know is Red Hulk is going to be in it. Harrison Ford's going to be the Red Hulk, and
Well,
now
do we know he's going to be the Red Hulk? We know he's going to be Ross. Do we know he's actually going
that's
to be her Red
true.
Hulk?
That's true. It's been is more speculation and rumor, but it's almost an expectation. I feel like by the fans, right? Like we're kind of expecting, if you're gonna
You never know.
replace,
Yeah.
like if you're gonna bring Harrison Ford in, he better do something really cool, like other than just be the same character that the other guy played all the time. Like he's got to transform. Don't you want to see Harrison Ford Hulk up and turn into a Red Hulk? That'd be so cool to see. But
Yeah. I mean, it also gives Harrison, because, Harrison Ford is way up there in age. So he doesn't have to do much as far as when he hulks out, he just comes in, does some voiceover, gets scanned,
yeah,
and then they take care of the rest. Maybe they'll have maybe they'll have Sean Gunn come in and do the motion capture for Red Hulk.
exactly. Get Sean Gunn in there.
Get
That poor
Sean Gunn in
guy.
there.
But yeah, I think it'll be an interesting thing. I think if you're changing stuff around writing wise, you also got to look at everything else that's coming up, right? I mean, the whole Secret Wars thing and the Kang stuff, all the writers that are changing up for that, and whatever that we talked about earlier today, like it's all changing up. Like Bob Chapek is out of the way. Bob Iger's back in. He's trying to help Kevin Feige reconnect all the dots, make everything make sense again, do less projects for Marvel, because the less you have, the more quality work you can put into it. So I want to just trust that that's just how it is. Like this is supposed to be happening, and it's probably going to be for the better. Nobody wants a movie to be bad, right? I mean, nobody wants it to fail. We want everything to succeed. Um, let's just see how much scotch tape or masking danger tape, construction tape. I don't know what I'm saying. How much of it you need to make this movie work, right?
Some crazy glue.
And I feel like I heard a lot of the similar stuff to the Marvels. And then I went and I watched the Marvels, and I didn't hate it. I thought it was an enjoyable
Mm-hmm.
film.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like a blockbuster for general audience goers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's how it felt. But let's see. Let's see where it takes us.